A very good afternoon to you and welcome to the Blackstone Golf Course. Today, of course, it is D-Day. It is round 4 of the KB Financial Group Star Championship 2025. Momentous as far as we are concerned because it is a glorious year for the championship, 20th anniversary. My name is Glenn Mascarenas and I'm here to take you through the action of this wonderful event. We are down to the finale. Park Geol will go up next as she is on to a second stroke for, well, hole 10. And she, of course, has dropped to a 3 under, which is what does happen on the final day. But let's find out, how our golfers really step up to the occasion and who will be queen of the course here today. Stay with us. Choi Yun-woo, she was in stellar form yesterday, maintained a really consistent, run up to a 6 under today as she tees off for hole 11. Yu Hyun-jo, who's still the leader with that 7 under, going in with a power wedge on hole number 10. Park Yun-kyung will tee off for hole 11. Got a good bit of energy behind that one, there's no doubt about it. And just gone ahead of her counterpart, which will tell you a bit. Really gave that a wallop, Park Yun-kyung. Once again, somber colors here today, but looking lovely in that pink. One thing I've noticed, of course, in this tournament has been that most of our golfers have kept it very, very, I won't say subdued, but kind of simple. Lee Jae-yeon, just getting out of the sandbox. And what I do mean by that is the colors, probably has to do with the weather as well, but normally you do see a lot of bright colors during, sunny days. But it's been very somber colors. I mean, I like them. I do like them, but sometimes it's good to see some real radical outfits. Having said that, Hong Jin-young with the second effort on hole 13, it's a bit of a tough call, trying to reach the tin cup. And that's in. Absolutely stunning. So she's got a third birdie of the day. Hong Jin-young is currently at 2 under in tied 8th. Choi Yun-woo, second stroke for hole 11. Park Geol, it's going to be her third stroke. An attempt for birdie on hole number 10. Oh, that's phenomenal. And that's the Park Geol that we looked at yesterday, who was in fine form. Absolutely wonderful as she gets that right, and she's happy about it too. So well done there. Absolutely wonderful putt. Yeah, we get a look at straight out of the shoulder. Just about 2 or 3 bounces before that ball behaves itself. right under the command of Park Geol, and she's excited. That's a huge bit of relief for her. Stress off your shoulders. She was just struggling a little bit. Finished the day yesterday with 7 under. Dropped to 3 under, and then finally, getting back to 4. I think that's going to be good for her. Lee Jae-yeon chips that in for hole number 13.
아까 옷걸이 잠깐 몇 번 썼다가 지금 귀 빨개져가지고 아파.
Yoo-Hyun Jo aiming for birdie. Just missing out on it narrowly here. Well, she's done well in the last couple of days. She's been very good, especially on day 2 and day 3. It'll be interesting to see, how she steps it up here today. Lee Jae-yeon is also at 6 under along with Choi Yun-woo. We'll need to bogey this on hole number 13. And that's a bit unfortunate for her, as it's going to be a double bogey, and that's what happens on the final day. Well, he'll just throw all sorts of things at you. That's dropped her to a 4 under with a buzzard on hole number 13. Well, she was going great guns there, had 5 birdies for the count and just 1 bogey, but now a buzzard just being an undoing. Park Hyun-kyung, second stroke for hole 11. She's at 2 under as well. Has had her moments too. And that's just going to find itself close, but not close enough. Lim Hee-jung has had her own, challenges since yesterday, but she's fought hard against them. Here's Choi Yun-woo. All eyes on this young lady. Let's drive that a bit. Really looking to create something here. Now Yoo-Hyun Jo, 4th stroke for hole number 10. Needs to finish this on par to maintain her leadership, and that's exactly what she's done. So while the exodus continues, we'll very quickly, of course, update you on our current standings. Park Hyun-kyung will aim for birdie on hole number 11. It's going to be a bit of a, slow move for her. I could have got that wrong. She did give that a bit of a whip. Oh, that just about missed it. But actually, well thought of stroke. Needed to overcome that slight bend that was there. Did well here, Park In Kyung. But we'll have to settle for a non-par finish.
플레이하겠습니다. 이동 잠시만 멈춰주세요.
Park Yeol gets ready to tee off for hole number 11. She's back up to a 4 under. She's giving herself a fighting chance. She's got back on track with that birdie.
거기나 거기 살짝 우측은 돼요. 안 보이면 그러면은 그 쌍둥이 나무랑 여기
Yoo-Hyun-Jo will go next.
아니야. 좋아. 네, 알겠습니다.
Well, pretty much perfect form and follow through there with that, tee off. And it's no surprise.
바로 플레이하겠습니다. 이동 멈춰주세요.
It's no surprise that, they've been, pitted against each other or in the same group. That's Yoo-Hyun-Jo and, Park Yeol. Choi Yun-woo looking to finish on par for hole number 11. Now she's got to keep her score, untouched as much as she can. And it will be interesting. And she was along with, Lee Ga-young and, Yoo-Hyun-Jo in the same group yesterday. But kept it consistent at a 4 under. Talking of Lee Ga-young, here she is, looking to finish on par for hole number 13. She's at a 4 under here. Never put it past her to come from behind to claim championships. Always a possibility. We just had a little bit of trouble with her putts in the last 2 days. Meanwhile, Park In Kyung. She was going great guns yesterday. Just had a lot of worries today. That victory lap will serve her well for an even score. And she'll accept that gracefully. Just got to view that very well planned shot. Did catch the edge. Rolled on the rim before it could find its way through. Park Yeol goes next. Second stroke for hole 11, 158 meters to cover. Meanwhile, here's Lee Jae-yoon aiming for birdie on hole 14. Remember, she dropped 2 points, had a buzzard on the previous hole, and this would be good for her to get back into the running. Almost does it once again. Well, 3 sand bunkers. Looks like craters on the moon, if you ask me. And looking to do the moonwalk here is Yoo Hyun Jo. Well, that is a terrific effort from Yoo Hyun Jo. Could have just, if that ball had legs, could have just gone a little bit more. And let's look at the way that she actually planned that out. I hooked that for certain. That is a terrific approach shot. 131 meters to get there. You're looking at an elevation of about 8 meters. Beautifully constructed shot. And, earlier you would have thought, but this one, well, from Yoo Hyun Jo finding, well, the rough. She's not too happy about that. Well, it could have been better constructed, you would believe. So Yoo Hyun Jo still up there with that 7 under. Ryo Seung-wi surprisingly has stuck to that top region. She's with 5 under and through hole 11 along with Choi Yun-woo, who's also now on 5 under. They're both in tied second. Lee Jae-yeon and Park Jae-ol in tied fourth with 4 under. Lee Ga-young is in 6th with 3 under. Now these could be the big golfers to watch out for in this event. But in that tied 7th, of course, you got a couple of stars. And in that quartet, you will find, Park Hyun-kyung too. Let's remind you once again that we are coming at you live from the Blackstone Golf Course, which is right here in Icheonsi, Gyeonggi-do. It's been a very interesting start for us today. 29 degrees Celsius, 3.2, miles of wind speeds. Well, with slightly blurry skies, and that's due to overcast conditions. You can look at it. The clouds aren't looking as cottony white as they normally do. And but the weather's good, and I do believe that there's no rain showers predicted today, so that's great for us. Looking forward to a really good, we'll set up a really good well, finish to this tournament here after 3 days of really grueling work for some of our golfers who really had to dig deep, re-strategize, go through the motions, miss out on so many putts and then question themselves about those performances, and as well as some of them missing out on birdies on one day, bogeys on another day. It has been quite a tough one. It hasn't been an easy contest for the golfers, and I do believe, well, the one to cap it off today, the queen of this course, will really be, well, lauded for her efforts. So it's all happening right here. Stay with me. My name is Glenn Mascarenas. We'll continue with round 4 of the KB Financial Star Championship, and I'll be there to take you right through till the end of this event. Yu Jo, just a bit too much of club on that one, and she's pushed that off towards the back. We'll have to work for an on-par finish here.
그만 먹어?
Pacquiao will look to finish on par. That's well played by her. She has really given us some amazing moments since yesterday. It's been quite an event from her.
형이 그쪽에 저희 볼 안 보였죠?
Yu Hyun Jo looking to finish on par here for hole 11. And that's going to be a bit of an undoing for her because she's going to land up bogeying that. Well, she'd still maintain her leadership, but today hasn't been the best day for her. A bogey on the front nine, a bogey on the back nine. Park Hyun Kyung. Well, she'll mark her spot, and there we can see the exodus of people. I always love that. Happens only. It's a phenomenon that happens on the final round of golf in any of our tournaments in the KLPGA, and of course in other tournaments around the world. But I do love to see family, friends, fans. That's a triple F. I never thought about it. It's a triple F, and they all, well, do have the exodus. Park Yeol will tee off for hole number 12, 369 meters. That's what she's looking at, and she's had mixed results. A bogey on par finish, had a birdie yesterday. It's been steady progress for her. Let's find out how she does, well, today on this hole. Yu Hyun Jo will tee off for hole 12. Beautiful drone shot there. Getting wide angle shots is one thing, but getting drone shots is really stunning always because you get such amazing, well, results from it. God bless technology, you think. Choi Yun-woo will aim for birdie on hole number 12. And a chance here to catch up with the leader. And that ball just needed gentle coaxing. That's what she does to finish on par. She'll still keep it 205 under.
세컨이요.
Bong Chun Sil. And she's just missed out on a birdie as well. Good opportunity, I would have believed, here for her. Started off well, had, 2 decent days, but then, of course, just struggled a little bit. Not too much of a worry for her to tap that in. So just a quick look, of course, will tell us that the leaderboard remains pretty much unchanged here, as far as we are concerned. Lee Ga-yong needs to get a birdie on hole 14. And I think just a bit hesitant there. Bit of a duff shot from her. Not her usual. Well, confident self. I think she's had a few questions in her mind. A few bits of doubt here and there. Yes, Park Geol. She swings into action now.
네, 플레이하겠습니다.
Park Geol onto a second stroke for hole 12. Lim Jong. It's going to be her second effort for hole 12. That's well placed, well struck. Lim Jong getting a very good positioning there on, well, the green. Yu Hyun Jo moves up next. Oh, that is such a terrific move. Just about missed knocking it in. Absolutely wonderful approach shot there from Yu Hyun Jo. And we've got to get a view of that again. I mean, that's magical, isn't it? Absolutely lovely lift. And that ball, well, just about spinning away. Kind of a googly if you're familiar with cricket. Well, it just changed direction at the last minute, but so close to actually, well, finding the tin cup there, Yu Hyun Jo.
사진 드릴게요.
Yuhun Jo still leads the way with Ryo Seung-hui and Choi Yun-woo well stuck in, tied second.
14티야. 카트 지나갈게요.
카트 갈게요. 카트 갈게요.
드라이브 타고. 어려운데 뭐.
플레이할게요.
And that is a much needed birdie here for Yoo Hyun Jo as she nails it to go back up to a 7 under, much to the joy of the fans as well.
거의 안 보여요. 올라가고.
Now Park Yeol has some catching up to do. Remember, she was running neck and neck with Yoo Hyun Jo yesterday. Here on hole number 12, needs to finish it on par to keep that 4 under intact. Park Hyun Kyung will go next. As she tees off for hole number 13. Just a bit too much of club on that from Park. Choi Yun Woo will set in next. Remember, it's just 180 meters. It's a par 3 for the asking. And the exodus will continue. We've got our 3 golfers in there as they move forward. Park Hyun Kyung and Choi Yun Woo, of course, who've done really well in their event so far. It's a very good matchup that we're looking at. If you look at the way the golfers have been grouped today, and most of the front runners in there as well, makes a great big difference. Just to look at the 10th hole, and here's Park Yeol. She had that amazing, finish there. That was much needed to bring her back into the contest, and the first time she broke into a big smile. She was really happy about that. Was struggling for much of the day otherwise. And then here she was back again on hole 11, needed to finish that on par. She's had a few good moments. She had some great moments yesterday too. So, you know, it's left to be seen what she can, well, come up with here today. Quick chat there between Park Hye-ol and Yoo Hyun Jo, and they're having a hearty laugh as well along with their caddies. And it's all good. That's actually the best part of a sport like this. No matter what the contest in, there's always the greatest bit of camaraderie there. Not as fiercely competitive on the personal front, but only on the course. And that's because all golfers normally compete against themselves. Ryo Seung-wi with the second stroke. Oh, that's a good bit of a punch, and that one wasn't going to find, well, the target, no doubt about it. But tough push if you ask me. Here's Kim Min-sol. Well, she really flew high in the first round itself. 58-degree wedge, second stroke for hole 14. And that's just going to crawl towards its destination, but won't find it. Choi Yun-woo looking to finish on par for hole 13. Ryo Seung-wi looking to finish that easy. It's just going to be a bit of a worry for her, as she fell a bit shy of knocking it into the tin cup immediately, but she will get the job done. Do love her outfit. It's kind of a lilac, very subtle but lovely color actually. Jun Yi-sung, who's well along with Park Yun-kyung and Choi Yun-woo. She'll aim for birdie on hole 13. Had good positioning, but all three golfers placed their shots very well. It's a good tee off for them. Well played. As she moves up to a 3 under. One bogey so far and one birdie as well. Lee Jae-yoon aims a birdie on hole 16. Here's Park Hyun-kyung. Looks to finish on par for hole 13. And that's well done there. As our golfers get ready to tee off. Choi Eun-woo, remember she was close enough as well. Unfortunately for her, it's going to be, well, a bogey here on hole 13. One of the stumbling blocks of the final round. And that's well played.
뒤로 가니까 어렵네.
Yoo Hyun-jo will go next. Good bit of whip on that one. Needed to drive that through. Bit of a distance from the destination, but that should do her well. Junhee Sung will tee off for hole 14. Remember, she got a birdie on the previous one. 326 meters to cover, par 4 for the asking. And, hole 14 does present its own share of challenges. It's the shortest par 4, fifth hole on the west coast, offering two fundamental strategies. You can either play along the center left line, aiming for the left putting surface, which is obscured by the short pitch, and that's exactly what Junhee Sung has done. Alternatively, you can aim for the shorter right side of the fairway, which offers a more open view. Remember, the West Coast is a bit of a tricky course. Now, it's the longest course of the Blackstone Icheon courses. Begins by meandering through a beautiful forest. There's a great lake that captivates the eye, demands strategic decision making as you navigate the holes, which is why golfers have to think so deep here. Perfect follow through, good form here from Park Hyun-kyung, but she's got herself onto the fairways, just sitting off the rough. And up next, it's going to be Pacquiao. Good bit of forearm and wrist in that. Almost seemed effortless. Did not punch that too hard, but it's going to travel a little bit further. Kind of stays parallel to where Yu Hyun Jo is. So Yu Hyun Jo right at the top of the heap with that 7 under. Ro Seung-hui now in second place firmly with 5 under, while Lee Jae-yeon, Choi Yun-woo, Park Yeol are all sitting with 4 under in tied third. The KB Financial Group Star Championship continues right here at the Blackstone Golf Course. Junhee Sung with the second stroke for hole 14. It's a good bit of whip on that. Lovely placement from her. That's a terrific approach shot. And that stayed plumb in place. Now let's find out what her counterparts do here. Second stroke for Park Hyun Kim. Well, that's a good bit of flight on that. She's landed it on the green as well. It's a bit of a distance from where Jun Yi Sung well knocked it, and that expression says it all. She isn't the most thrilled with it. Was definitely aiming to be closer to the destination. Here's Park Ki-ol. Aims to birdie on hole 13. It's a bit of a distance to cover. Choi Yun-woo, meanwhile, she's been well in the spotlight for most part. Did drop a point with the bogey on the previous one, and she's put herself at quite a distance here from the Tin Cup, as compared to her group members. Yi Hyun-jo will go next. She's got to be really, really careful with her efforts because she's stuck on that 7 under, earned a point earlier. Oh, that is stunning. In it to win it here today. Yoo Hyun-jo moves up to 8 under. Consecutive birdies on the 12th and 13th after a bogey on the 7th and 11th. So here it goes. Yoo Hyun-jo now beginning to look very strong. Very, very well constructed putt there. Absolutely straight. Just the right amount of force required behind it. And she's got to keep her calm while stay in control. Lim Hee-jong will aim to finish on par for hole number 13. She too had a very good outing on day 1 and day 2 and then just kind of struggled yesterday. Now time for Choi Yun-woo to find her destiny on hole number 14. A birdie will be a tough ask from a distance, but she has done some amazing work here on this course. And that's just skipped past the destination for her. Lee Gaeong, second stroke on hole 16. Well played by her. Yi Hyun-jo winning the right to tee off. And after she will knock that one in beautifully.
플레이할게요.
So winning the right to tee off here at the right moment. Will be interesting to see how she gets through this. It's going to be, well, hole number 14. Currently the leader with 8 under.
나이스.
자,
어.
Meanwhile, Park Hyun-kyung. Oh, that's got to be really disastrous. And that ball, just afraid of the dark. It's got to peek inside there. It will require a nice tap in. That should sort it out. Park Hae-jun aiming for birdie on hole 16. He's carrying the 3-over score. And that's nicely done by her. Park Yeol will go next for hole 14. Good bit of a punch on that from Park Yeol. Got herself onto the fairways. Chun Yi-sung aiming for birdie on hole 14. Let's just skip past the destination here. That'll be a decent finish for her. But not the most desired, but remember she had a birdie on the previous one. Cho Yun-woo meanwhile. And she's cleaned that up. Not too much of a change in her score, but well, as long as she doesn't drop it, I think that's what's really kind of been her concern now. Over to Chun In-gi. Very, very well played. Well, she was in terrific form on day 1 and 2. Kim Min-sol. It's going to be a third stroke on hole 15. That's well played by her. Chun In-gi aiming for birdie on hole 18. And it's well played. Finishes with 1 under, 73 in round 1, 17 round 2, 73 in round 3, and 71 in the final round. And she'll be happy to get through, well, her event for the day. It's been an exciting finish for her, and really what the doctor ordered, if you ask me. So, well played there, Chun In-gi. She's kept a very good demeanor, great temperament on the course as well.
아까 기수한테 얘기했는데 전기 마지막에 따라간다고 그 앞에가 어디요? 우리 집에가
Pakiol will go next. Ryo Seung-hui, third stroke on hole 15, needs to cross a few challenges here. And I think she'll be pleased as punch with that she got over well the lake. Lee Jae-yeon will aim to finish on par for hole 17. Yoo Hyun-jo will go next with her second stroke, and this approach does matter. 58-degree wedge that she's going to go with for hole 14. So Yoo Hyun-jo continues to lead the way there with that 8 underscore. Ryo Seung-hui in second with 5 under. Lee Jae-yeon, Choi Yun-woo and Park Yeol with 4 under and tied third. And Lee Ga-young with Jun Ye-sung, of course, are in tied fifth. And then you've got Park Eun-kyung, Kim Min-sol there in tied eighth with 2 under. Interesting contest as we continue with the action right here at the Blackstone Golf Course. Let's remind you that this is the KB Financial Group Star Championship, and we are into the 20th edition of this tournament, so very prestigious one. Stay with us, don't go anywhere as we continue with the action.
앞에 좀 멈춰주세요. 네, 그냥 멈춰 계세요.
나이스 파!
네, 하겠습니다.
Yoo-Hoon Jo teeing off for hole 15, and that of course is a very, very good effort from her. Remember, it's a par 5 for the asking. A bit of a, well, daunting hole. Meanwhile, Junyi sunk. Third stroke on hole 15. Remember, it's the 6th hole. It has average difficulty, but it plays along the largest pond, that which you can see right there. And it's very, very important, because you got to aim for the left side of the fairways. It curves slightly to the right. It's protected by a large bunker. You can play to the right, try and hook it, but avoiding a small grassy hill. Your second shot must avoid the large pond on the right. And it's Pacquiao who goes next. So looks as easy as it is, but it is a bit tough to navigate. Park Hyun Kyung gets a good lift on that one for hole 15. Puts that plumb onto the green. Next, it's Kim and Sol on hole 16, going in with a 6 iron. Lee Gayong will aim for birdie on hole number 17. Oh, that's just curved away. What an opportunity to have nailed that. Meanwhile, here's Choi Yun Woo. Do love the colors here, even though it was an overcast sky, it's kind of eased up, parts of it have cleared, and it kind of has hues of, an evening setting in. Well, Park Geol, she's onto the home stretch, and it really, this is the part where, well, Yu Hyun Jo's managed to just pull away from everything. And I just wanted to look back at, how this tournament, of course, did pan out in the previous year. And remember, that's the one that Yu Hyun Jo won. And it's quite a different kind of a story when you think about it. Because back then, well, I do believe that the golfers were more successful in getting their putts right and being able to really make the difference. And today, it's still been quite a daunting task. Second stroke here for hole 15, and she really has to start pulling in the points here now, Park Geol, if she's got to give herself a fighting chance of staying on board for the contest. So looking at last year's, leaderboard, Yu Hyun Jo won it with a score of 13 under, and she did, of course, really perform well in the first and the second round, where she had about 68 points each. But it was the fourth round where she got 69, and to finish with a 13 under score. Song Yoo Jin, of course, finished just behind her with 2 off the pace to finish with 11 under. Well, that would have been a wonderful putt here from Park Hyun Kyung, but once again, a bit of a miss. And Yoon Ina was, also very close, because she finished with 10 under. It was a straight finish. There was no tiebreaker. But Yu Hyun Jo, 13 under. And today, it's a different story altogether. I mean, there's 3 more holes to play for, but she's at 8 under currently. Bang Chen-sil will aim for birdie on hole 17. She's carrying a 2 under score. Well played there by Choi Yun Woo. And, well, just the last minute stalling from that ball. Yu Hyun Jo. Chun Yi-sung just going through the motions here today. While Kim Min-sol onto a second stroke for hole 16. Gets it close enough. That finish will be, well, just what is needed. Kim Min-sun 7 with the second stroke. It's been quite an effort here for, well, many of our golfers with that beautiful lake that surrounds the area. We're getting pretty much towards the end of the championship, and as I said, it's the final, well, round that we're looking at. So it will be, well, quite something to watch out for. Well, as long as you can skip past the lake, well, that should work well, but I think it's a bit of a distance from well, the Tin Cup, so something to look forward to here. Yu Hyun Jo now needs to get across those troubled waters, but there's no bridge there to help her out, like the song would suggest. Third stroke on hole 15. Clear side there. And that's well played. Well, you really have to get across those sand bunkers. You've got to cross the lake, and it's so important. Very well played there. Bit of a distance from, you know, where she'd like it to be, but I think she'll be happy with it. The hole-in-one event now as Chun Yi-sung will tees off for hole number 16. Lim Hee-jong will go up next. Well played there. Very, very well played there. Lim Hee-jong has been through, well, many challenges in this course, but she seems to have kept, you know, herself really running strong. Here's Park Hyun Kyung. She tees off for hole 16. Bit of a loose follow through, and that'll tell you, because that's when you know that ball's just going to sail out a little bit and onto the rough. Choi Yun-woo with those shades does kind of remind me of a star from Mission Impossible. She's on to hole number 16 as she tees off. Well, I'd say that's well played. I'd say that's very, very well played. So Yoo Hyun Jo still continues to dominate and to lead the way right there at the top of the heap with an 8 under score. Ryo Seung-wi, of course, in second with 5 under. Then Choi Yun-woo and Park Hye-ol are tied third. Very, very interesting turn of events here, as we talk about, well, what could and what couldn't be. But all said and done, it will be interesting as we take you through the action. So don't go anywhere. We've got a lot coming up, for you right here. Park Yeol will aim for birdie on hole 15. I would have believed she would have got that right, but because she has, she's given us some amazing shots here today. But I think she's going to, well, finish with an on par. She's a very, very interesting golfer. Was actually, by the Soul Sisters, which is the golfer, dedicated website. She was, nominated as one of the top 3 most fashionable golfers. Just the way that she carries herself, the way that she's, always decked up. Park Yoon Kyung goes next. Second stroke for hole 16. It's been a bit of a serious time for her. So close once again. Missed out on many putts today, but she's done very well in the tournament. And I think there've been a few challenges for her. Having said that, she's not a chirpy self. Normally, always in a good mood. Always, especially, when there's rain and she keeps everyone entertained. Yoo Hyun Jo will aim for birdie on hole 15. This is very important for her to make sure that she makes no mistakes going forward. Well, so close for her, but as long as she can finish it on par, I think she won't be concerned. She's got to maintain that lead. And I did give you an example of it. Last year she won it with a 13 under score. Today she's got 3 holes to play for. She's at 8 under. And that tells us a bit of a story as to how challenging it has been for all our golfers. Have the weather conditions been bad? No. Have wind conditions really marred the occasion? No. We did have a spot of rain in round 3, but, that rain was just enough to wet the surface and then, turn away. Lee Jae-yeon gets onto a 3rd stroke for hole 18. 3 under currently. Just slipped out. Almost thought I was going to say 4. Now she'll smile through it. Kim Min-sun 7 goes next. As she aims for birdie on hole number 17. It's well played by her. Chun Hee-sung, 2nd stroke for hole 16. Lim Hee-jong will aim for birdie on hole 15 now. It'll be an important moment for her. And that's well played. What a joy for her, Lim Hee-jong. She's had her moments too on this course. Choi Yun-woo will aim for birdie on hole 16. It's well played by her. Hong Jin-young. She's on to hole 18 and she can finish her tournament on a positive note. What a joy it is. What a joy it is. 70, 76, 70 and 70. Kind of consistent, but finishes with a tied 9th rank and 2 under. But she'll be happy to at least have finished with a positive. Meanwhile, Lee Ji-yoon 3 also aiming for a birdie on hole 18 to finish her tournament's efforts. that's well played. Commanding push there, 74, 70, 72 and 70 on the final round. Finishes with 2 under as well. Now time for Lee Jae-yoon to get through hers. She aims for birdie on hole 18. And that's a finish for her too. 74, 72, 70 and 68. Pyo Seung-hui getting close to her tournament finish. She's on to her 3rd stroke for hole 17. And I think she's missed out on a couple of efforts here today. There's been a bit of concern for her, I think, especially with pushing that ball forward. A couple of duff shots that have made it a bit tough. Lee Ga-young goes next. Yoo Hyun-jo. Well, she knows how important it is to keep herself between the navigational beacons. Does not want to, lose that out. She's on to that hole-in-one, hole 16, going in with a 7-iron, par 3 for the asking, 145 meters. It looks easier said than done, but many have got close to that hole-in-one. But Yoo Hyun-jo puts it at quite a distance now away. It's an uphill par 3 hole, as you can see. On the green itself, there's a 2-tiered surface, and it's obstructed by that bunker on the front left. You've got to avoid all the surrounding troubles. Aim for the left side of the large green. You've got to check the course slope and wind conditions before selecting your club. You've also got to avoid the 2 sand bunkers surrounding the green and avoid hitting too far to the right as a small stream flows behind them. Park Yeol will tee off for hole 16 as well. She's got herself well sitting right on the lower tier of that green. It can be, well, a bit difficult. Meanwhile, it's back to Bang Chen-sil. How could we miss her? She's always making a presence felt. But that's a terrific effort from her. What a beautiful approach shot. One of the favorites of the crowd. She always, delivers in spades when it comes to some amazing, stroke play. Here's Jun Yi-sung. She tees off for hole 17. Well played by her.
여기 딱 하나 그래요? 여기 넘어가겠는데?
Park Hyun-kyung tees off next. That expression says a lot. It means business. She's driven that, well, really close to her counterpart on the course. Here's Park Gyeol. $22 to the hole for a birdie. It's not going to be easy, keeping in mind the fact that you've got to actually scale, well, that rise in the surface. Well, that's got to be a marvelous shot, though. Oh, very, very well played by Park Gyeol. Lee Ga-young goes next as she aims for birdie on hole 18, and she'll finish off her day's event here. Almost does it for her. Almost does it. She knows she struggled through much of it today, but Bang Chun-sil next, aiming for birdie on hole 18. Remember, she had that wonderful approach shot. And that's well played as she finishes the day. 35 on the out, 35 on the in, a 3 under and a birdie to wrap it up. And she'll accept that applause gracefully. Lee Ga-young will look to finish on par to end her tournament's efforts. And that's well played. Well played by Lee Ga-young. Hyun Jo will go next. She aims for birdie on hole number 16. It's a distance, it certainly is. She will have to wait a bit. Here's Junyi Sung. Second effort for hole number 17. Well played by her. Absolutely well played by her. To create an opportunity for herself. Here goes Park Hyun Kyung. Second stroke for hole 17. Let's remind you that the total prize money for this event is 1.2 billion Korean won. That's 862,415 USD. The top prize winner today will get 270 million, or that's 193,950,000 US dollars. The second winner will get 165 million Korean won, or 118,507 US dollars. And the third winner, of course, will get 120 million Korean won, or 86,187 US dollars. It's good enough finish here for Lim Hee-jung. Also, a quick note on the Blackstone Golf Course. It belongs to the JMP Golf Design Group, and they specialize in the design of many of the world's leading golf clubs. They've designed another prestigious course, of course, at Jeju. This was the second one in Incheon. KL looking to finish on par for hole number 16. And that's well done by her. Now this 27 hole course features an average of 4 to 5 tees per hole. There are bunkers threatening yet placed to maximize fun play. The fairways and rough are designed to preserve their natural state as much as possible without infusing it too much with any outside influences. Hong Soo-min will go in with the third stroke for hole 18. And it's a gentle terrain, an average elevation difference of 88 meters, an average slope of 13.2 degrees, and the 19,549 square meters, well, is truly a chance for even amateurs or just those who seek golf as a leisure play. Now, 3 shade houses, east, north, and west, and a start house, which is the cafe terrace, are all available for golfers. Yoo Hyun-jo looks to finish on par for hole 16, and she'll keep her leadership intact there. 2 more holes to play. Keep in mind the fact that Yoo Hyun-jo did win it last year.
준비하겠습니다.
Birdie for Jun Yi Sung has taken her to a 4 under. Park Yeol will tee off for hole 17. Jun Yi Sung has got just one more hole to play for. Applause there for that shot from Park Yeol. Well, she did look like the main challenger who was, right behind or staying neck and neck yesterday with Yoo Hyun Jo. But today, well, as it currently stands, remember they are into hole number 17. The last 2 holes to play for, and it will be interesting to see, well, what comes out of it. It's going to be a bit of a walk. All eyes now on these young ladies. As I said last year, Yoo Hyun Jo, of course, won it with a 13 underscore. She also won the Amateur Championship in 2022. And then, of course, the first KLPGA win came right in this championship last year. So it's interesting to see what happens today. Meanwhile, here's Ro Seung-gui. Second stroke on hole 18. She's at 5 under. If she finishes with a 6 under, she'll probably put herself in a very good position to finish second best in the tournament or runner-up. And that comes from this young lady who struggled in the first 2 days. But she's been fairly good in most of the events. Was a little bit surprised to see that Lee Dong-gyun didn't make the cut, but normally she's always there on the final day. Yoo Hyun Jo, second stroke for hole 17. Now this approach shot, she will have to be really careful about it. She was having a chat there with the caddy before she could start. And yeah, she's got to rethink that, because there's always going to be butterflies at this part of the event. Last 2 holes, and you cannot afford to make any mistakes. And she's landed herself away from the green. A birdie might be out of the question, but she's got to play it safe. Finish with an even score regardless of what happens on this hole. Well, don't forget at the end of the day, she is a young girl. She will have, to, well, go with the stress of those last two holes. Pacquiao, she can afford to play a little bit more free, but she too will be aiming to at least try and finish as runner-up. And who knows how things pan out in this hole. So, let's wait and watch. And that is terrific placement from Pacquiao. Well, that's a shot that Yu Hyun Jo would have wished for, but hey, I spoke too soon. Once again, those ups and downs, well, on the green here, well, do dictate a different outcome. Lee Jong will go next. Well struck by her. Kim and Sol. That's a second stroke. She's had an interesting tournament too. Started off very well, then kind of, went through the motions a few times. Oh, that is an absolutely stunning rockery. Beautiful waterfall. Yu Hyun Jo still up there with 8 under. Ryo Seung-hui is 3 off the pace with 5 under in second. Lee Jae-on, Jun Yi-sung and Park Hye-ol with 4 under in tied third. Bang Chun-sil, Lee Ga-yong and Choi Yun-woo, of course, in that tied seventh. And in tied ninth, you've got Park Yun-kyung, Kim Min-sol, Lee Hee-jong, Hon Jin-young and Lee Ji-eun 3. Absolutely love that. If you really get stressed or tired, and even at work, and you have a beautiful rockery like this to stare at, even on your screensaver, well, water is just so calming, isn't it? Absolutely delightful to watch that. Really, really love this rockery. Beautifully done. Absolutely stunning, landscaping and imaging done on this. Just trying to figure out first if it was natural, but I'm sure it's not, because it's too beautifully manicured. But very, very nice job. I do hope you enjoyed just as much as I do. So a little bit more to go before we can find out who will be queen of the Blackstone Golf Course here this year, and who will claim the 20th Star Championship, which of course is brought to you by the KB Financial Group. My name is Glenn Mascarenas, and I'm just as excited as you are. Let's wait and watch what happens. Now that can be a bit of a worry for Yoo Hyun Jo, just powering that a bit too much. Remember, she had to get off the rough. She will need to finish on par with that. Meanwhile, here goes Ryo Seung-hui, third stroke for hole 18, and she's just gone about her business like a regular day at the office. Was a bit, downcast yesterday. Now she's going to sit on the, well, just outside the green. She's not too happy with that.
KLPGA 스타 챔피언십 파이널 라운드 지금 17조 선수들이
So it's the last few golfers really getting through the motions. Park Yeol next. She had a good placement before that ball rolled back. We'll aim for birdie here on hole 17. Kim and Sol will aim for eagle on hole number 18. She had an interesting start to the event. Day 1 and day 2 was not too bad, and then of course day 3 just kind of dipped in her performance. Ryo Seung-hui, Kim and Sol, they're looking to finish off their day's event. Let's not forget Park Hyun-kyung and Choi Yun-woo were also looking very promising when they started off the day. Park Hyun-kyung had her moments, so did Choi Yun-woo.
많이 안 보이는데?
She needs to plan this out carefully. Ryo Seung-hui, remember, she's got to keep that her points intact to keep to that runner-up, finish. Cannot afford to drop too much. That ball's once again sailed a little bit away from where it should have. Well, found its mark. And elsewhere on the course, Yoo Hyun Jo needs to plan, well, her move. Park Yeol, well, missed out on a birdie too, and so did Yoo Hyun Jo. But she needs to finish this on par. She needs to be very careful, as I said, with every single bit of play from here onwards. And that's well played by her. Very well played, as she's got just one more hole to play for, and if she can hold steady, Yoo Hyun Jo will have defended her championship. And she's looking really, really strong here today. Very nicely played. Had to, conquer that uphill climb, and she did. Kim and Sol had birdies in all 3 rounds on the 18th hole. Can she do it again to finish off? And yes, she does. 4 straight birdies in round 1, 2. 3 and 4, 36 on the out, 35 on the in today. Finishes with a birdie and a score of 3 under in tied 6th. So Kim Min-sol coming good pretty much at the end. Now, of course, Park Yeol also needs to finish this on par for hole number 17. A bit of a slope there, a bit of a climb, and if she can conquer it, it should work well for her. And that's got to be really, really upsetting because that's going to drop her down to 3 under. You know, she was in, well, tied 3rd. And that hasn't been a good moment for her. So hole number 17 pretty much, well, just being her undoing. She's got one more hole to play for to get back up. If she had nailed an on-par finish, she could have looked at finishing with a 5 under later. Now here's Park Hyun-kyung. She also has to get through, well, her remaining hole. And it will be interesting. Just taking a good view of well, the location. Meanwhile, Ryo Seung-gui will look to finish this on par. And she'll keep that 5 under score intact. Ryo Seung-gui, 68 in round 1, where she really did shine. 73, 72, and 70 in consecutive rounds. But she finishes with 5 under. And that's been a very good finish for her because she's currently sitting in the runner-up position. Up next, Park Hyun-kyung. She too was tapping, well, on the doors to win the championship before she had a few bad, well, holes to play through. Second stroke for hole 18 here. Good bit of power behind that as she sends that forward. And the exodus will continue here as our golfers get ready for the next event or the next hole.
나가면 후 살짝 빛. 네, 플레이할게요.
So Yoo Hyun-jo gets started on the last stretch, which will be the home stretch for her as she tees off for hole 18. Meanwhile, Choi Yun-woo, well, just checking the wind conditions there. Third stroke for hole 18. And that's well struck. Decent bit of play here by Choi Yun-woo.
칠게요.
Chun Sung, third stroke for hole 18. Scoring a 4 under, beautifully done by her. Well played there by Chun Sung. Now here's
들어가겠습니다.
well Park Yeol. Had a birdie, an on par finish, and then a birdie.
바로 플레이합니다. 이승준 멈춰.
Park Hyun Kyung meanwhile. Third stroke on hole 18. Oh, that's a beautifully played shot, absolutely wonderful. And she will accept the applause. Remember, Park Hyun Kyung has also won an event this year.
통산 1승 산천리 소속 정예성 선수입니다.
내가 가운데 거 잡을 테니까 이거 잡고 이거 잡고.
So the exodus continues. And up next it's going to be, well, Choi Yun Woo. She's had a very, very interesting, well, tournament so far. We'll aim for birdie here. Just a narrow miss. And a gentle tap in will do it for her. 72, 68, 72 and 73. Finishes with 3 under. She really did shine in round 2. Lee Hyun Jo. Just looking at her notes.
별
To
158.
compare well the past 3 rounds, efforts.
이미정 프로.
희정이요. 희정이 여기.
정도에 떨어지는 게 센터고 잠시만 아니죠. 뒤에 좀 저기 대면 치자.
Would have been a perfect finish to end with the birdie, but Jinhee Sung will just smile through it as she finishes with 4 under in tied third. 72, 71, 70 and 71. It's been a good performance from her, and I think she would have surprised herself too. Meanwhile, it's over to Yoo Hyun Jo. Second stroke for hole 18. Getting a bit closer to the destination. Remember, it's a par 5. Hole 18 has been good for some, like Kim Min Sol, but some have struggled through it. Park Hyun Kyung looking to finish well her tournament as well. Will aim for birdie on hole 18. And that's a fine finish. And she can finally smile. So a birdie there to finish off. 2 bogeys, today on the out. But to finish with 3 under, along with Jinhee Sung now. Yoo Hyun Jo waiting for Park Geol to go through her second stroke. Fairly effortless from Park Geol. Did not push that too much, and she gets a bit more ground than her counterparts.
아니 이렇게 가서 벙커 들어간 줄 알았는데
약간 뒤로.
바로 이렇게.
And that is a huge exodus of people. It's almost like people walking in for a rock concert in the 70s. Absolutely love it, and I never get tired of looking at that, especially in the KLPGA. Remember, it's family, friends, and look at that. That's a massive crowd. You're not just looking at the crowd following the golfers, keeping at a safe distance with the banner, but the ones on the right or on the screen, you can see them on the left. That's a phenomenal amount, and one of the reasons you have this is because you get the best eye view of the golfers' action, and many of them, of course, are family members. Believe you me, many are fans, of course, of the sport. Some are fans of the stars as well. But unfortunate here for Park Geol to have just dropped a point, but she was doing fairly well for most part of this event. Having said that, she gained the best ground in hole 18. Now Yoo Hyun Jo, she's got to keep herself together. She's got to keep her calm. She's got to keep her cool. Avoid any sort of mistakes at this point of time, and that's so important.
플레이하겠습니다.
So just going to take a quick look at her, Yoo Hyun Jo. 5'7".
바람 보지 말자. 그냥 푹 살짝.
Around 20 years old. She was born in 2005. Really a very young girl. Third stroke for hole 18 for the leader. This is a very important approach for her. She began playing golf when she was in kindergarten, and by third grade she had already decided she would become a professional golfer. 2022, she earned an individual bronze medal in the 2022 Asian Games. Well, that's a terrific approach shot. In at 2 minutes here today, Yoo Hyun Jo. That is an absolutely stunning approach. Beautifully placed. And if you want to save the best for last, you've got to do it like this. Oh, that is absolutely stunning. So a bronze medal in the 2022 Asian Games, a silver team medal for Korea Republic, She was the only amateur player on the team at that time. She also won the KB Financial Group Cup and all ages amateur competition in 2022. In 2023 is when she joined the LPGA of Korea Tour. That's a senior division in a way. Lim Hee-jong has also got a stunning approach shot here, an effortless pull from her. So in 2024, it was that Yoo Hyun-jo won her first tournament, the KB Financial Group Star Championship, a majors competition. During the 2024 season, she finished in the top 10 in 10 tournaments, where she became known for her long drives. Earned a berth to the 2025 US Women's Open for being ranked in the top 75 in the Rolex Women's World Golf Rankings. Prior to the tournament, she was ranked 59. She made her debut at the tournament aged only 20, and she made the second round cut. She's a very, very interesting to watch. And also very, very well focused and talented. No flash about her. Goes about her business like a regular day at the office. That's what she does. She's also a stylistic golfer in her own right. And up next, it's Park Gyeol. Let's find out what her approach will be. Well played by Park Gyeol. Will need to finish this on par as she gets into, well, her last part of the tournament.
통산 1승의 디펜딩 챔피언 산천리 소속의 유현조 선수입니다. 마지막으로 통산 1승 두산건설 소속의 박결 선수입니다.
So while we looked at Yoo Hyun-jo's history, it's time for us now to move on to Lim Hee-jong, who'll look to finish, her tournament. Remember, it's the last hole here, and the last three golfers, going for it. She's carrying an even score. Will aim to finish it on a good note with a birdie, and left to be seen if she can pull it off. So almost does it for her. And she will finish with an on-par and an even score, 72, 70, 70 and 76 in her 4 rounds. Wasn't the best final round for her. Finishes with a tied 15th rank, but she had some really great moments on the course. Meanwhile, yes, Park Gyeol.
네, 플레이하겠습니다.
That's well played by Park Gyeol. She finishes with a 4 under, and she'll be happy about that. 72 in round 1, but she's finished with 4 under, and I think that's a good score. Remember, she did, of course, drop a little bit off the grid, but I think she's done well. Missed out on really chasing the championship. Yesterday was a high point when she was at 7 under. Yu Hyun Jo looking to finish with the birdie here on hole 18. And that's what we said, in it to win it. What a way to finish off, and she knows the championship is well in her hands. Finishes with a 9 underscore. There's no doubt about that. And in her sophomore year, Yu Hyun Jo, the 20-year-old, well, claiming her second championship. I did say this was a happy hunting ground for her. Won the Star Championship, the amateur Star. I've never seen that before. That is a crate of bottles. That has got to be stunning. That crate of bottles just getting over her. What an event for her, and she's well deserved. Won the amateur champ or the all ages championship in 2022, in 24, in the first year in the KLPGA. Finished in the top 10 in 10 tournaments, and of course she won the first one, which was the Star Championship. And here she is again, winning the KB Financial Group Star Championship, and on a winning note. Finishes with a birdie, finishes with a score of 9 under. Started shaky on day 1, came into her own on day 2, ruled day 3. Was challenged there by her counterpart, well, Park Geol, but here she is as she finishes as Queen of the Blackstone Golf Course in 2025. Stay with us as we will take you through pretty much the celebrations at the end. There will be an interview with her. Don't go anywhere. And while this young lady, of course, does have a chat, it will be followed by the prize presentation. So don't go anywhere. Well, she'll have her friends, family. I do believe her dad's there too. So. Oh, it's been a great event. No tiebreaker, nothing that will go down to the wire, but just very, very cautious and consistent play from Yu Hyun Jo. The beauty of getting doused with water in this summer, because she does want to change, but it's not as bad as when the weather's cold. That can be really bad. Sometimes in like really hot days, you're pretty cool with it, except that it kind of, well, sticks to the skin, and I think she would want to go and change. Can't get enough of that winning shot, and I know that Yu Hyun Jo won't get enough of it as well. You can watch it a couple of times over.
2025년도 KB금융 스타 챔피언십 우승자는 대단히 챔피언 유현조 선수입니다. 여러분 축하의 박수를 부탁드리겠습니다. 아, 이때 있어요?
643, 463, 446, 443, 445, 3
혼자 써가지고 여기다가 사이즈부터 쓸게. 유효주표님 373471 하나요.
아, 네.
맞으시죠?
맞아.
네, 맞습니다. 수고하셨습니다.
네, 잘 들립니다. 네, 감사합니다. 우승소, 일단 오늘 너무 힘들었고요. 제 생각대로 플레이가 잘 안 돼서 힘들었는데 또 버디 2홀 연속하고 좀 잘 된 것 같습니다. 네. 일단 핀 위치 야디지북에 핀 위치 표시할 때부터 좀 핀 위치가 너무 어려워서 좀 보수적으로 좀 잡으려고 했어요. 또 야디지북에 동그랗게 좀 존을 만들어 놓고 무조건 거기에만 집중하자라는 느낌으로 플레이 하려 했던 것 같습니다. 네. 네, 그렇죠. 뭐 9번 홀도 드라이버 치긴 했는데 굳이 필요 없는 곳에서는 안 쳤습니다. 네. 그쵸. 네. 네. 내 목표는 또 메이저가 하나 남았잖아요. 또 화이트 진로에서 꼭 하고 싶은 생각이 되게 많았었는데 투어 올라오기 전부터 또 그 대회를 좀 더 열심히 치지 않을까 생각합니다. 네. 조금 생각하면서 칠 줄 아는 것 같고요. 작년에 비해. 하지만 오늘 플레이하면서 내가 이렇게 좀 많이 좀 쫄았다 해야 되나? 약간 그런 너무 그냥 빵빵 쳐도 되는데 너무 많은 걸 생각한 것 같아요. 오늘 그래서 작년이 좀 더 그런 부분에선 나았던 것 같아요. 네. 네, 그때는 별로 긴장을 많이 안 했는데 오늘은 정말 많이 했어요. 어, 12번 홀 끝나고 이제 리더보드가 있어서 거기서 보고 파3 거기 되게 어렵잖아요. 티샷이 되게 중요했었는데 거기가 되게 긴장이 많이 됐던 것 같아요. 되게 오늘 힘든 플레이를 했는데 또 보시는 분들도 되게 힘들었을 거예요. 제가 생각하기엔. 그래서 끝까지 응원해 주셔서 너무 감사드립니다. 감사합니다.
A few words there from Yoo-Hyun Jo. She was talking about her event and how it's gone about, how she really had to, hold it together. And now for, a quick look at the highlights before we get to the prize presentation right here on the 7th hole. And just a bit of joy there, as you can see. And that was for Lee Jae-yeon. She had 4 birdies in there. She was a 3 under. And it was going to be interesting because on the out she was doing fairly well, but on the 8th hole, yes, Choi Yun-woo, it was a big approach for her. And that was an absolutely stunning move from Choi Yun-woo. Well, just what she needed. It moved her up into second position with 6 under. And eagle is, always such a joy. But, she would, of course, find it tough later on. Lee Jae-yeon once again getting in with a birdie, and that moved her up the position as well. And she was then at, tied third. There were so many changes here today, going back and forth. Lee Jae-yeon was still looking strong in second position there, and for hole number 12, there was another fantastic approach shot from her. And then, of course, a birdie on hole 12 that put her in second position strongly with a 6 under score. She had 6 birdies in the day. Then on the 9th hole, a bogey for Park Hye-ol, just being a bit of an undoing, and she dropped to 3 under. It was a buzzard on hole 9, and 40 on the out. It wasn't a good outing for her today, especially the out. But then on the 10th hole, she just came back to delight the audience with an absolutely stunning piece of play and a wonderful birdie. Relieved a bit of pressure off her shoulders too. Then on the 11th hole, needed to finish on par, and it was once again wonderful play from Park Hye-ol. Well, could have finished really a lot better, but Park Hye-ol did struggle later on. Then on the 12th hole, Yu Hyun-jo was still very much, keeping her lead intact, and that was one that almost nailed the hole actually. Very well played by her. And then a quick tap in to finish the job. And a birdie there on hole 12 after 2 bogeys in the day. Well, still kept her at the top with 7 under. And on hole 13, well, that's where she really endorsed her authority on this course. 8 under, consecutive birdies on 12 and 13. And she would keep it steady after that. And that just slipped out at the wrong time. Wasn't expecting that, Lee Jae-yeon. And that's where she literally fell. Finished off with 4 under. It was not a bad performance from her, but she had a wonderful day. A few stumbling blocks, but at one point of time she was at 6 under. And then there on the 17th hole, let's not forget Jun Yi-sung. Also had an absolutely fantastic bit on her second stroke. Almost nailed it. Would finish off with a birdie on that. And that ball just stayed away for Ryo Seung-hui, but she would finish with a 5 under score and a runner-up finish in this tournament. Very well played by her. And she'll be happy to have got the job done finally. And Yu Hyun-jo, that was stunning placement from her for hole 18. Needed to finish with a birdie just for herself. Remember last year she finished with 13 under, and there it was, a perfect finish to a perfect day for her. Finished with 9 under to claim the tournament. And then of course, compliments of all her mates and her rivals. Of course she did get doused. Not to forget, that crate of bottles is going to stay in my mind. Those all the caps off on them. Yu Hyun-jo finishing with 9 under at the top. Ryo Seung-hui finishing as runner-up with 5 under. And then, of course, second runners-up, Jun Yi-sung, Park Hye-yeon and Lee Jae-yeon with 4 under. It's been a good event. It's been a terrific event. And Lee Jae-yeon, really the star of today, will win 5 million Korean won for her efforts. She's another terrific golfer.
네, 기념 촬영 함께 진행하도록 하겠습니다.
네, 자, 돌아온다. 네,
So for the final round, she was a star, and that's what she's actually, well, getting here.
좋은 기록을 보여줬는데 다음 대회도 더욱더 기대가 됩니다. 여러분들께서도 많은 응원 부탁드리겠습니다. 원기룡 대표님 감사드립니다.
The star of the final
이어서 프로
round.
선수들과 어깨를 나란히 하며 탁월한 실력을 발휘한 아마추어 1위 시상 이어가겠습니다. 시상에는 KLPGA 김순희 수석부회장님께서 도와주시겠습니다. 자, KB금융 스타 챔피언십 영광의 아마추어 1위는 289타 원오버 2658을 기록한 KB금융 소속의 국가대표 홍수민 선수입니다. 축하드립니다.
And our star, of course, of the amateur star, I would believe, of this event.
탁월한 실력으로 아마추어 1위를 차지했는데요. 트로피를 김순희 수석부회장님께서 전달했습니다. 꽃다발까지 함께 안겨드립니다.
자, 잘했습니다. 네, 자, 앞에 보세요.
네, 사진 촬영 진행하겠습니다.
감사합니다.
네, 감사합니다. 프로 선수들과 오늘 어깨를 나란히 하면서 최선의 기력을 보여준 우리 홍수민 선수에게 다시 한번 응원의 박수를 보내주시기 바랍니다. 아마추어 선수로서 굉장히 의미 있는 하루를 보낸 것 같습니다. 자, 이제 우승자 시상에 앞서 잠시 뜻깊은 시간을 가도록 하겠습니다. 이번 KB금융 스타 챔피언십에서는 2개의 체리트 이벤트 홀이 진행이 되었는데요. 먼저 5번 홀에서는 KB 스타존을 운영해서 티샷 안착 시 1회당 200만 원 정도
Hyun-jo,
최대
just awaiting the moment.
준비 청년 지원금을 조성하고자 했습니다. 자, 4라운드 동안 총 39명의 선수의 공이 KB 스타존에 안착이 돼서 7,800만 원의 지원금이 조성이 되었고요. 여기에 국민의 평생 금융 파트너죠. KB 금융그룹이 2,200만 원을 더해서 총 1억 원의 장학금을 자립준비 청년 지원을 위해 이천시에 전달한다고 합니다. 굉장히 뜻깊은 시간이 아닐 수 없는데요. 장학금 전달을 위해서 KB국민은행 이환주 은행장님께서 함께 도와주시겠습니다. 앞쪽으로 모시겠습니다. 이어서 장학금 전달을 위해 블랙스톤 골프클럽 이천의 원기룡 대표님도 함께 모시겠습니다. 여러분 큰 박수로 두 분을 맞이해 주시기 바랍니다. 네, 이번 대회를 통해 적립된 1억 원의 장학금이 자립준비 청년을 위해 이천시에 전달됩니다. 여러분 다시 한번 따뜻한 박수로 이 뜻깊은
Youth preparing
함께해 주시기 바랍니다.
for independence, as it says. 100 million won scholarship being handed out.
이분께서는 잠시만 한 번 더 다음 순서를 위해 기다려 주시고요. 이어서 이번 대회는 17번 홀에서 KB 골든 라이프존을 운영해서 티샷 안착시마다 1회당 여주 2,000쌀 20kg을 적립해서 총 3,000kg을 여주 이천시 자립준비청년에서 전달하고자 했습니다. 4라운드 동안 총 57명의 선수들의 공이 골든 라이프 존에 안착이 되었고요. 총 1,140kg의 쌀이 적립되었습니다. 여기에 KB금융그룹이 1,860kg을 더해서 총 3,000kg의 쌀을 여주 이천시 자립준비청년에게 전달한다고 합니다. 계속해서 KB국민은행 이환주 은행장님과 블랙스톤 골프클럽 이천의 원기룡 대표님께서 함께해 주시겠고요. 다시 한번 따뜻한 박수로 우리 여주 2,000쌀 3,000kg의 쌀을 자립준비청년에게 전달하는 뜻깊은 이 순간을 축하해 주시기 바랍니다. 네, 두 분 자리로 모시겠습니다. 네, 굉장히 의미 있고 뜻깊은 시상 순서를 저희가 한번 진행을 해봤고요. 이제 오늘의 하이라이트인 우승자 시상만을 남겨두고 있습니다. 자, 굉장히 떨리는데요. 이 자리에 오신 계신 분들도 이미 결과를 알고 있지만 사실 이 대회 타이틀 방어라는 게 선수로서 쉽지 않은 그런 도전이었을 텐데 그걸 해냈습니다.
Trying to figure out whether Yoo Hyun Jo's actually writing out a speech or whether she's
KLPGA 대표 메이저 대회 2025 KB금융 스타 챔피언십
definitely writing out a speech and what she has to say. Well, I did think she was taking down a few notes first. Sometimes you find them, signing autographs, but yeah, that's definitely her writing down for what she's got to get through. And the tune of Coldplay, Viva La Vida, playing out there as the fireworks go. That's a brilliant display, actually. Beautifully done. And I think, it's going to make this young lady very, very happy. Well deserved by her. She really put in her best. It was a stunning performance from her, and you've got to hand that to her. Very well played.
역사가 깊은 대회이만큼 이런 감동적인 순간이 연출되는 것 같습니다. 사진 촬영 진행하겠습니다.
So the winner's jacket, Yoo Hyun Jo, with a total, points of 279, 9 underscore. Last year she won it with 13 under, and I do believe that this year it was very, very challenging for all the golfers, and no taking anything away from that. But yet she's been able to, pull it together, and what a joy here.
먼저 회장님께서는 영광의 트로피를 선수에게 전달하겠습니다. 여러분 우승 트로피가 수여됐습니다. 축하의 박수를 보내주시기 바랍니다. 사진 촬영 먼저 트로피와 진행하겠습니다.
And proudly wearing the jacket for the second time around. And that yellow jacket, of course, blends with the colors of the KB Financial Group. I do love the favor that he's wearing, of course, absolutely wonderful. That beautiful match of yellow against the black. And, the prize winners trophy 270 million Korean won. Well, I did mention this earlier. That's equal to $193,950 US. The crowd has been entertained. The crowd's been delighted. It's been a very, very good performance.
SBS골프 이상근 대표님을 앞으로 모시겠습니다. 오늘 우승자 부상으로
From these golfers today, absolutely wonderful performance. And that's exactly what you need in an event like this.
우승자 부상은 시상식 종료 후 별도로 선수에게 전달될 예정입니다. 이상근 대표님도 자리로 모시겠습니다. 자, 이어서 유현주 선수에게 KLPGA 김순희 수석부회장님께서 꽃다발을 전달하도록 하겠습니다. 오늘도 KB금융 스타 챔피언십 메인 컬러인 예쁜 노란색 꽃다발이 전달이 됐는데요. 박수 한번 보내주시기 바랍니다.
And that beautiful bouquet there, that's a lovely picture.
유현주 선수 진심으로 축하드립니다. 김순희 수석부회장님도 자리를 모시겠습니다. 유현주 선수가 올해 이 순간을 굉장히 기다렸을 텐데요. 우승 소감 한번 들어보도록 하겠습니다.
A few words here from the champion. So while Yu Hoon Jo, of course, has a say, let's remind you that we've got just about 9 contests left in the KLPGA 2025. Yu Hoon Jo winning her first one this year and a second one on the KLPGA Tour. The OK Savings Bank OK Man Open kicks off on the 14th of September. And you'll have a good mate of mine to take you through that. My name is Glenn Mascarenas. I do hope you enjoyed our coverage of the 20th KB Financial Group Star Championship. From the entire production crew, which has been, of course, a pleasure to work with, and from our director, John Kim, and me, Glenn, it's time for us to say bye-bye for now, but we'll be back with you real soon. Thank you so much for sharing the action with us.